What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 13 of the Rise to Glory here with Gibraltar Apex FC. And today, you join me to probably watch me get spanked by Red Bull Salzburg. Episode 13, they say it's unlucky for some. I'm hoping it's going to be miraculous for some, and we might get a miracle here against Red Bull Salzburg. We're probably not going to, though. It's going to be such a tricky game. Looking at our finances, you can see that we've had a nice little spike from season ticket sales as well as the ticket sales of the first Champions League leg. And for the first time in a very long time, we actually have a positive bank balance, which is really, really pleasing to see. And as you can see this year, income of £15,000, including £12,000 from season ticket sales, which is pretty darn impressive. Anyway, yeah, this game's going to be hard. I'm under kind of no illusions about that. If we just take a quick look at the kind of other fixtures in this competition, you start to realise that we probably could have had an easier time. When you consider there's teams from Luxembourg, Cyprus, even somewhere like Iceland is probably going to be easier than Red Bull Salzburg, who are probably the strongest team in this stage. I think it's fair to say they're a very good team. They've got some very talented players. If we just look at one of their best players, Lazaro, I mean, he's in a slightly different league to say our best player out on the wing in Hernandez. If we just do a comparison, yeah, that's the. I mean, he's more of a team player, Hernandez, I guess, and he's got better long throws and better marking and tackling. But with the exception of that, I think it's fair to say that for this game, we are going to be well and truly outclassed, and so we are going to need a pretty big miracle. So for this game, player condition still, I want to say it's a massive problem. It's less of a problem, like a lot more players have 80% condition. Still not great though. Shembri has now agreed to go to Lincoln Redhams. Unfortunately for me, Reyes got injured for 4 to 5 weeks right as I agreed to transfer. So I've actually delayed his transfer by 1 week, and then I'm hoping to delay it again without pissing him off too much because I really need Shembri at the side. Because otherwise we're a little bit short on a kind of traditional right back, I guess you could say. For this game, the only real tactical change I've made is I've dropped Sargent from an advanced playmaker to a deep-lying playmaker support. I'm also going to change our fullbacks to fullback supports, and I've also changed our overall team mentality to counter. Now, granted, we are kind of going to be a punching bag this game. There is no denying that. Red Bull Salzburg, they could win 8 or 9-0 in this game, and it's probably going to be a little bit painful for me to live com. However, if we get 1 goal, I'll be pretty pleased with that. That's the goal at this point. If we get 1 goal, I will sit there, kind of nod my head and think, could have been worse. Players are not match fit, which again is a bit of a problem. Sueta comes into the squad. He was, of course, out on loan at Britannia last year. We need a miracle. We really need a miracle. Yeah. I can't big this up in a way where it's like, oh, we're going to slay giants this game. Although I did get a press question about that. I accidentally pissed off the players as well by not really paying attention to what I was clicking. Okay. Not how to do team talks, ladies and gentlemen. The fact that I've said I expect a good result, I may have fucked us there. May have. And by which I mean it's completely screwed us over and we could be in trouble. But as I mentioned, we're going to just try and counter. We're going to see what we can do here. Red Bull Salzburg at home. I mean, at least we're not away for the first leg, I guess you could say. If we hold on for 10 minutes, I'll be... Oh. I was about to say, if we hold on for 10 minutes, I'll be pleased. And then, well, they've got a goal immediately. I think that hits the crossbar and hits our keeper on the back and goes in. They have given the goal to their striker, which I think is questionable at best. Ball gets whipped in. Headed. It hits the crossbar. I mean, that's definitely an own goal. I'm sorry... Soriano? I don't know. Let's not concede another set piece early. Right, it's 2-0 after 7 minutes. If we could keep it to below 9, that would be pretty good going at this point. This has not been the start we wanted to this game. This has not been the start that we wanted, or that we really needed, if we're honest. I think it might be time to drop slightly deeper, maybe not look for the overlap. Maybe play more direct on a higher tempo and play hoofball. But, I mean, 2-0 down. I wasn't expecting us to win it, but I wanted to see a little bit of resistance from us here. If we could get a goal, as I mentioned, that is like as good as a win in my eyes. But I was under no kind of illusions that coming into this game, it was very, very much mission impossible. Although Griffo, out on the left, can he whip in the ball? He can't, but the defender has to head it clear. Hernandez now able to whip in the ball. No, he can't. Poulsen going to get the tackle for them there. And now they might even hit us on the breaks. Serrano Out wide to Tony Calvo, switches it back to Bergert. I mean, it's a nice goal. I mean, I have to say it's a nice goal, but 15 minutes in, yeah. I mean, it's painful to watch, but it's not entirely surprising. This is kind of... I guess this is a reality check for us. We've not had a game against a massive team, but this is what we are going to have to deal with for the next few years, hopefully. I say hopefully in terms of hopefully we can consistently get to this kind of second leg in the Champions League, but realistically, until we can go professional as a club, until we can start offering players full-time wages and hopefully attract players from, well, abroad, it's going to be very, very difficult to go head-to-head against the likes of Red Bull Salzburg, who have just a lot more money than us, they have a lot better players, and challenge them. But at the same time, I don't know, I feel quite optimistic and quite upbeat, I guess, about the challenge ahead. If we could get a goal, it'd be incredible, but this is kind of what excites me in a weird way. The fact that hopefully in a few years, this will be a thing of the past. This will be something that we look back on and go, well, that was tough for a few seasons, but all in all, it was probably worth it. Unfortunately for us, I mean, Red Bull Salzburg are the most clinical team in the world right now. They've had one clear-cut chance and scored 4. We are being dominated. I'm not even going to try and deny that. It's not been a great performance, I guess it's fair to say. We're going to make some changes. We're going to go more attacking because, I mean, why not at this point? I mean, it can't go any worse, can it? That's kind of the way I'm looking at things right now. It can't go any worse. So let's go back to our normal style. I mean, why not? We're going with the 4-4-2. We are just going to go for it now. We're 5-0 down after 30 minutes. Did we just concede again whilst I was making a tactical change? I think we did. Either way, though, we're going to... I mean, look at it. We've gone attacking, and for the second half of the first half, we've not been as bad. I'm going to tell the players that was absolutely terrible. I feel like my team talk at the start of the game may or may not have had a bearing in just how poor we were in that first half, but we're going to continue to hunt for the goal. I'm going to start a new series as part of this series called #Road to a Goal. Hopefully we can get one today. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Legia tries to switch it to Connolly, who of course got a hat-trick last time out. Unfortunately, though, not going to get to it. But, I mean, we've not conceded in almost, well, how many minutes? We've not conceded in 26 minutes, which is pretty good going. Although I may well be jinxing this now as Red Bull Salzburg will come on the attack. Tony Calvo to Lazaro. Going to go wide to Berger, who's on a hat-trick, I think. Is that a foul? It is a foul. Mark Bolester with a foul. And now Berger for his hat-trick to make it 6-0. I mean, come on, Joe Borg. You did something for us in the final of the last episode of last season. Can't do anything for us today in terms of saving the penalty. And, well, Joe Inge Berger gets his hat-trick. And it's fair to say they're a little bit better than us. Oh, dear. I wanted to come into this game. I wanted to give kind of, you know, a really resilient performance. I wanted to put in a performance where we didn't just roll on our backs and die. But I'll tell you now, we have definitely rolled on our backs and we are probably dead right now. It's been such a poor performance, really. We've not had a shot on target. That's got to be the aim. Before we get a goal, we need to be realistic here. We need to get a shot on target. And they're actually going to come forward with the ball again here. 56th minute. Serranio, Borg tips it wide. Borg again, it hits the post. I mean, I don't know how we've survived that barrage on our goal, but we have. And we do live to fight another day. I mean, as I said, somehow, we've only conceded 1 goal since we went more attacking. Maybe that is the secret. People often criticise me for staying on attacking too much in FM. I do think playing on attacking probably gives you a better chance of winning games and actually sometimes defensively helps you than actually playing on defensive. But anyway, we might be on the counter-attack here. They have hit the woodwork, but Griffo's through. Go on, Griffo. To Connolly. To Connolly. No, I believed for a second then. For a split second, there was a shred of hope in my soul that we were going to do okay in this game. Unfortunately, however, I mean, I just wanted a goal. We've not had the shot on target yet. That's got to be the next aim. It's probably going to finish as 6-0. You'd have to say, since the tactical change to go more attacking, we've looked a little bit better. I mean, I say a little bit better in terms of we haven't conceded. We probably had as many shots against us, but we were unlucky. We were unlucky. That works well, doesn't it? 6-0, pretty disappointing. Pretty disappointing, I think it's fair to say. We were outclassed. We were no match for experience on a mild summer's night evening. We succumbed to a 6-0 defeat. How good was Joe Inge Bergert? Yeah, okay. See, if we compare him to Connolly, I think we're gonna notice here why we might be struggling. There's a significant difference in the quality of their strikers and our strikers, unfortunately for us, and it's cost us there. Anyway, guys, I'm actually going to cut out the period between now and the next leg. Obviously, the third round qualifying kind of draw really doesn't matter too much to us, so I will join you guys in a second, where hopefully we can grab a goal. I hope. Okay guys, so we're back now for the second leg. We are of course away from home. Not too much to tell you guys about on the injury front. We did unfortunately have an injury to Joe Borg, our goalkeeper. We're now left with only one goalkeeper left in the squad. That is John Paul Sueta, who was our goalkeeper, you may remember, during our Segunda Division kind of season. Reyes also got injured. I don't know if I talked about that last time. I feel like he was injured last episode, but we didn't talk about kind of the fact he was out for 2 to 3 weeks. But he'll be back for the kind of actual season here in Gibraltar. So obviously, we got hammered last game. Our players are actually finally match fit in terms of their condition, which is bloody brilliant, isn't it? You know, we're match fit now for the game where it really doesn't matter. I'm hoping that today we can at least kind of give ourselves kind of a shred of pride. I'm going to switch to our kind of more normal attacking system. We tried playing a counter-attacking system before. It didn't work for us. So today we're going to go with our kind of more attacking 4-4-2. Nothing too crazy in terms of changes, just a few changes in roles and duties. But yeah, I'm hoping today we can at least give ourselves a shred of pride. If we can get a goal, fantastic. The fact we've got some players who are match fit is great. A little bit of transfer news. You guys may remember, oh gosh, his name's gone from my head now. The right back. Who's the right back? Is it Sueta? Is that his name? I've forgotten the names of my own players. I'm such a professional. Is it Sueta? Oh no, Shembri, sorry. Sueta. Who is Sueta? Sueta's our goalkeeper. Too many S's. Shembri, who you guys know, I agreed a fee with Link of Edips. I asked them to delay it for another week and they weren't very happy about that and they pulled out. So I'm hoping he's not going to be too mad with me, but he's still at our club for now. Anyway, I'm going to tell the players they owe Red Bull Salzburg after the last game. Let's go out there and overturn this 6-goal deficit. I did have a look at the third round draw, which was made during the midweek. The winner of this game will take on either an Albanian team or an Icelandic team, which, I mean, if we can get there, I'd back us. I mean, ultimately, we need 6 goals, which probably isn't going to happen. I mean, realistically, we've got to be realistic here, boys. We're probably not going to score 7. Actually, thinking of the fact we need to score 7, I'm going to move our wingers up the pitch to, wingers as opposed to wide midfielders. Well, that worked well. Birgit scores again. I feel like I'm going to have nightmares of this Joe Inge Birgit guy. I'm going to close my eyes at night and I'm just going to see his bearded face staring at me in a dark enclosed room where I'm tied to a chair and he forces me to watch all the goals he scored against me over these 2 legs. I don't want to watch the replay. I don't want to. Worth noting, actually, we have had this game selected for TV, which is £12,000 in itself. We will get some additional TV revenue at the end of the qualifying stages, I do believe, as well as of course, get there eventually. The prize money for just getting knocked out in this leg. So we're actually going to be in quite a healthy financial position. Don't think we'll be able to go professional this year, although we will try to sneak in the cheeky board request. But yeah, we're doing okay at the moment. We're only 1-0 down. We've not had a shot on target yet, I think it's fair to say. But we're not losing significantly yet. I think at this stage, last game, we were like 4-0 down. So this is the best performance I've ever seen. Can we counter? Go on, Gilbert, to Legia. Goes out wide to Hernandez. Go on the overlap. Run on, my son. Ballster. Or Ballester. I don't know. Answers on a postcard. That's out to Howard to say his name. Sargent. Out wide to Hernandez. Can he whip in the ball? He can. Connolly's there. Griffo. Oh, we've just had 2 clear good chances and we've missed them both. At least we had 2 shots on target. I mean, we've surpassed my expectations doubly. And to be fair, it's only 1-0 after 40 minutes. I mean, we're not looking bad. Why have we got 5 players in the wall? That's questionable at best. They've now scored again. As soon as I talk about the fact we've not conceded, we concede immediately. I think the fact we've got 5 players in the wall and they've got 6 players in our box. 6 players in our box being marked by 4 men. That might be where we've gone wrong defending that set piece. I need to check out our defending of set pieces and the set piece creator because that needs work. Anyway, I'm going to tell our players again, we still owe them. There's not a lot more I can really say here. I think the fact we're only 2-0 down in this leg, sign of improvement. Maybe it's a lesson that sometimes I need to kind of believe in our team going attacking rather than kind of trying to sit back and hold the fort. That really didn't work in the first game, and really since we played more attacking, we've probably benefited a little bit from it. Anyway, Leguia here out on the left. Can he go inside to Sargent? He can. Danny B goes out wide to Gilbert. Can Glenn whip in the ball? Go on, Glenny. To Danny B. Sargent, look at this. This is beautiful. It's like watching Barcelona until, well, the ball goes to Hernandez and now they hit us on the break and probably scored because, well, we played some nice football and we're not going to be rewarded for that. Although, I mean, we forced them back here. Can we win the ball? We can't. We've had 3 shots on target now. I mean, that is game-changing. We only had 0 last game, so it's an infinite improvement, technically. And that's a good save by Sueta. Almost a wonder goal scored by Birgit, the man who will appear in my nightmares. But 2-0, it's only 8-0 on aggregate. I say only in kind of a very jovial way. It could be a lot worse, especially after the first leg. But here, we've not looked terrible. Okay, maybe we've looked terrible at 3-0 down. But we'll learn. We'll learn. I feel like this episode is me trying to... It's testing me. It's testing my positive thinking. It's testing my ability to... I guess, approach football with a positive mindset despite the fact I'm getting thumped. I would like to know down in the comments, with these kind of draws, if I lose in the first leg 6-0, do you really want to see the second leg where I get thumped again? Is it fun watching me kind of endure my suffering as we go 10-0 down on aggregate? Is it fun watching me kind of crack mentally? I mean, the chances are it probably is, and everyone's going to be like, yeah, do more of this. I enjoy seeing you get hammered. I feel like that's maybe what I should do. I should take a shot every time I concede in these games. These ones which we're never going to win. Maybe that's how to make it more entertaining. Although that will impact me on days where I record multiple episodes in the same sitting. And I kind of sit down for kind of the 4th commentary of the thing. And I've had like 10 shots a few episodes ago and I just can't talk anymore. That probably will take away from the entertainment value of the video. I realised... through my rambling, not made any subs this game. I mean, that's questionable at best, I think it's fair to say. We'll make a few changes. Danny G, get on the pitch for us. But it's only going to finish 4-0. And I mean, compared to losing 6-0 at home, 4-0 away isn't as bad as I was expecting. And to be honest, given how good Salzburg's team is, I mean, it's not entirely surprising. Disappointing that we couldn't get a goal. But... I don't know. We were unlucky. Look at that. They love it. We were unlucky. We could have won that on another day. I mean, technically we couldn't have done because we only had 3 shots and they had 4 goals. But regardless, we were unlucky. Anyway, what is that going to mean for us? Well, we get knocked out in this second qualifying round. We're given £214,000 for losing. We're given £178,000 for being knocked out. I mean, look at that. That is money. I don't know if we get any TV money. Maybe I was getting kind of this knockout money confused with the TV money we get. But regardless, I mean, that puts us in a semi-decent kind of position. We now have £450,000 in the bank, ladies and gentlemen. We're now basically rich. Right, now it's time to make the board request to go professional. They'll probably reject this, but it's worth a go. Welcome. What would you like to discuss today? I'd like to go full time. We don't have the confidence. Is that because I lost 10-0? Is that the reason that you're not actually going to make me go professional? Because I lost 10-0 against like the best team in Europe in the stage that I was at. Is that like denting my board confidence? Yeah, I can understand the 10-0 being a disappointing moment if I'm being honest. Right, well, I guess we'll ask to go professional later on. I guess those 2 performances have hurt us. It probably wasn't the brightest move to ask immediately. But with our newfound money, it kind of... I don't know, I wanted to make the request. Can we make a request to improve the youth facilities? Apparently, according to the club's financial president, I don't even know what to say to that answer. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this episode here, guys. In terms of when we'll be back, I'm not entirely sure. We might be back for the first game of the season. We have actually got the Pepe Reyes Cup, which is a bit like the Community Shield in England, where the winners of the Rock Cup and the league play each other. As we won both competitions, I guess we'll be taking on College Europa, who finished, of course, second in the league. Probably come back for that game. That could be a fun one to live com. Hopefully, I'll see you guys for that game. As always, if you have enjoyed this episode, smash the like button. Let me know what you make of me doing these kind of games in Europe where we get thrashed in the first leg. Do you really want to see the second leg? I guess it gives you an insight into how I approach the games differently, perhaps, if I'm being very kind of lenient and generous on myself. But all in all, we'll live and we'll learn. Good little financial kind of boost, I guess, from doing well in Europe. Hopefully we can use that to strengthen the squad if we can. Going to continue to pursue potentially going professional in the future. And yeah, that's going to wrap up everything from me. As I mentioned, if you've enjoyed, smash the like button. If you've got any comments, leave them down below. And other than that, it is me, Jack. I'm repeating myself in this outro, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.